The first app we'll be looking at is called Ampere Flow. With this app, you'll get this always on display feature that shows some battery stats while your phone charges. It shows you things like how fast your phone charges in watts, the battery temperature. It also shows how long it will take for your battery to get fully charged. You can customize a few things in the app, even though most of the options are locked behind a paywall. But honestly, I'm using the app for free and I haven't felt like upgrading to the premium yet. Besides customizing the app, you get some extra features as well, like this history section that shows you how often you charge your phone. There's also this feature that shows you the apps that use up your battery. For me, it's YouTube. I'm always on YouTube watching videos. I need help. There are other useful settings as well, like this one that lets you set the level you want your battery to charge to. Once it reaches that level, you'll get a notification so that if you want, you can disconnect the charger. There are other useful settings you'll need to know, but I can't cover them in this video, so I'll make another video where I talk about all the useful settings you need to know. For now, let's move to the next app. So the next app is called Blip. You can use this app for transferring files, and the good thing is it works with basically all devices. Like you can actually transfer files between the different devices. So for example, if you have an iPhone and an Android phone, you can easily transfer files between them. And you don't even have to be on the same Wi-Fi network to use Blip, even though I feel like it is a lot faster when you're on the same Wi-Fi network. But overall, it depends on how fast your internet is. So with the Blip app, you can send files to anyone, anywhere in the world as long as they have an internet connection. And the app is free. You only need your email address to start using it. As a matter of fact, I don't even know how this app is free. The only thing I'll say I don't like about Blip is that if you're using your phone to do your transfers, you will not be able to transfer folders, just files. But if you're using your PC, then there's nothing to worry about. You can transfer folders and files, no problems. But if you really want to transfer folders using your phone to your other devices, maybe your PC, then you have to you have to compress the folder, making it a zip file. So I've made a video showing how to use Blip. You can check the link in the description if you're interested. So the third app we'll be looking at is called Sponge. This app makes it very easy to delete pictures from your phone. To delete a picture, you just need to swipe left, and to keep it, swipe right. If you're not sure you want to delete a picture yet, just keep it and come back to it later. After you're done marking all the pictures you want to delete, it's as easy as tapping one button to delete all of them. The app is free and easy to use, as you can tell, but if you also want to easily delete videos, you will need to upgrade to the premium. And just like some of the other apps I'll be covering in this video, I've made a detailed tutorial on how you can use the Sponge app. If you want to watch it, then you can check the link in the description. Alright, so the next app is called RustDesk. You can use this app to remotely control not just your PC, but also other Android devices. The app is free and open source, and to remotely control any device, all you need is the ID and the password. One nice feature that sets RustDesk apart from other similar apps that I've tried is this calling feature. It's useful, for example, maybe you're trying to help a friend fix their PC remotely. You can be on a call with them to explain what you are doing so they don't feel uncomfortable as you're controlling their PC from somewhere else. But unfortunately, I've not been able to use this calling feature while controlling another Android device. But you do get this texting feature. It works for Android and PC. I don't think I've made a detailed tutorial on RustDesk, but when I do, I'll link it in the description. Alright, so for music lovers, if you like reading lyrics while you sing along to a song, an app you will like is called Rush. This app is also free and open source, and it gets lyrics to songs you are listening to. One thing I've noticed is that the app is a bit slow when it is looking for lyrics for the first time, but the good thing is that it keeps a backup of all the lyrics it has found. This way it is a lot faster when you are trying to view the lyrics again. But you should know that the backups pile up, so if you like viewing a lot of lyrics, then just keep in mind that eventually you may run out of space. But the good thing is that the app has one button that you can use to delete all of them at once, in case you are running out of space. Rush has some good features, like this auto scroll feature that shows you the part of the lyrics of the song you're listening to. But it stops you from scrolling to other parts of the song. So if you don't want that, then you can tap on this button so that you can scroll to any part of the lyrics. It also has buttons to pause and skip tracks if you want, and you can save parts of your favorite lyrics as pictures and share them anywhere you want. You can also customize the app and do a bunch of other things, but we need to move to other apps. So if you're interested in getting lyrics to songs you listen to, then you should check out Rush. A really simple but useful app I found is called Bluetooth Camera Shutter. The app turns your phone into a remote for taking pictures or shooting videos on other devices. It's an Android app, which means you install it on an Android phone, but you can use that Android phone to also control iPhones. You just need to make sure that both devices are connected via Bluetooth. The app has a few options like a timer that does a countdown before your other device takes the pictures or shoots videos. It also has a burst mode and a repeat mode. If you're interested in remotely controlling your phone's camera, then you can check the link in the description. I've made a detailed video showing you how to use the app on my other channel. Alright, so app number 7 is called Clipboard Remote. So one way that I send notes from my phone to my PC or other devices is by using Google Docs. I type what I want on my phone in Google Docs, and then I open Google Docs on my other device so that I can copy the text from there. I know it sounds like a reasonable way to copy text between devices, but with Clipboard Remote, it is a lot easier. As long as both devices are on the same Wi-Fi network, you can easily just copy text from the device you want. You can also transfer pictures, but I will not recommend using this app for that. I will recommend you use Blip instead. The app is free and it works on Android and PC. I don't think you'll get it on iPhones. So if you guys are interested in learning how to use the app, you can check the link in the description. I have a video for that as well. Alright, so the next app we'll be looking at is called Sidestep. You can use this app to remove tracking codes from links you're trying to share with anyone. You can also use the app to reveal hidden links like bit links, but I don't usually see bit links like I used to back in maybe 2020, so I'm not going to cover that aspect of the app in this video. Okay, so for example, let's say you want to share a YouTube video. If you copy the link to the video and paste it in maybe your notepad, you'll notice that the video will have a tracking code. Now, you can manually remove the code, but honestly, that's too much work. So instead of doing that, you can just share the code to Sidestep. And instead of manually removing the code, Sidestep is going to do that for you. And you'll get a clean link that you can send to anyone without having the fear of being tracked. My shirt needs to calm down. If you don't always want to share the link directly to Sidestep, then you can just copy the link, paste it manually in Sidestep and get the clean code. It also keeps a history of all the links you have copied so that you can view them anytime you want. Okay, so app number 9 is called Screen Veil. And to explain how this app works, let me tell you how it has helped me. So sometimes I like watching live videos on YouTube, and I have YouTube Premium, so that means that I can watch the videos, I can let the videos play in the background with my phone locked. So I can be busy doing other things with my earphones on and the videos just play, especially if it's just a live video of people talking. I don't want to bore you, so let's just move on. When it comes to YouTube Shorts, if you find a live YouTube short and you lock your phone, it's not going to play in the background, even if you have YouTube Premium. So that's where you can use an app like Screen Veil. The app just creates a black screen on your phone so videos can technically play in the background. I want to say that the app helps with battery life, but I haven't tested that aspect yet, so I can't conclude. But overall, the app works very well. Something I've noticed and like about this app is that it hardly activates your phone after you have locked it per se. Like if you activate the app and maybe you put your phone in your pocket, you don't bring out your phone and notice that you have called somebody that you haven't called in like 10 years because the app unlocked itself and your phone was doing a lot of magic in your pocket. And you can also include a PIN code just in case you are worried that the phone may accidentally unlock itself. But to be honest, I haven't experienced any kind of accidental activations, and that's one of the reasons why I'm recommending the app in this video. So the app is free. I don't think it is open source, but well, if you're interested in getting it, then you can check the link in the description. So the 10th app I'll be talking about in this video is an app that I featured on my other channel, and the reason why I'm recommending it today is because of this comment that I got. So the app is called Wallpaper Export. It is free and it is open source. And all the app does is export your phone's current wallpaper. If you have accidentally deleted the picture you have as your current wallpaper, or maybe you got the wallpaper from one of those apps that don't let you download the wallpaper, they only allow you to set the picture as your wallpaper, then you can use an app like Wallpaper Export. The app allows you to save a copy of the wallpaper you have on your phone. And if you have a separate picture as your lock screen wallpaper, you can also save that one as well. Hopefully someone out there will find this app helpful. With that said, that's 10 Android apps I'll recommend you try today. please like and subscribe. I'm still trying to hit 100 subscribers, but thank you guys for 20 subscribers. It really means a lot to me. Please leave your app suggestions in the comments. Maybe I'll feature you in my next video. Maybe that can be a series in the future. Apps my subscribers suggest. Anyways, we'll see. Thank you for watching. Take care. Bye bye.